Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday morning, and we are off to get Rusty's brake done. Maybe like 3 months ago, we had, I think, the front brakes done, and he says, "Yeah, your back brakes will be need to be done soon." And so today's the day. I was going to do them by myself. A bunch of people said, "Hey, Ken, you've cut holes in your van. You're more than capable of doing your own brakes." And I used to do my own brakes back in my youth, but I just don't want to do them anymore. I just don't. I'd rather be editing and making content for you guys. I know I could probably make content by fixing my brakes and videotaping me fixing my brakes, but I watched a few guys do the back brakes on this van, or on the 2011 Town & Country, and it is pretty straightforward and looks like I could totally do it, but the amount of things I need to buy to do that, all these different what do you call it, like greases and things to clean it, and there's so many. I have this whole list, and I have no idea how much all that stuff would cost. Plus, I need an oil change. So I needed an oil change at $343. Now we're at $344,000. I think we bought this when it was just over $300,000. So we've managed to put 44,000 kilometers on this in almost 4 years that we've had this. I can't believe it's been that long, guys. Wow. So I think of it, was it 2021? So 3 years. Yeah. So right now it's like just over 2.5 years. Because I bought it in 2021. Because 2020 is at the beginning of the pandemic, and I bought it the next year. And then I was only gonna use the van. Like, I just wanted a van to turn into a stealth camper, because I didn't want to use my brand new Volkswagen Atlas. I just didn't want it to get damaged. I didn't want to wreck the inside. I didn't want to tamper with the inside like I've done with this vehicle. I haven't done a whole lot to this vehicle, but I still wanted to have that option of being able to build into the vehicle. And I always planned on doing that, but it's never had time. You guys just keep coming up with really cool things for me to do, and I just keep doing those. I know a lot of you guys like the van build stuff, and there may be more of that kind of stuff happening in the near future. There was a lot of confusion back in the day when all of a sudden I had, like, 4 vehicles, and like, what's going on, and what's this vehicle for, what's that vehicle for. So our Atlas is our family vehicle. That's Carol's and my car. That's our car. And then I bought this as a production vehicle. Again, I only wanted to use it for about 6 months, and then I wanted to upgrade to like a panel van and start retrofitting that out to be my solo van camper. But then I kept kind of putting money into this to fix little things, and then to fix a couple major things. And then I'm like, well, I just spent like, $1,000 on, well, it's $900 something on tires and rims. And I'm like, well, I need to make more videos to justify me buying this vehicle. And then I needed a new battery, and then I needed, I think the most expensive thing was that it wasn't a timing unit. It was, I always forget the names of these things. It was a module that's attached to the transmission module. I forget what it's called, but that was like, I don't know. I remember it being under 2,000, I think. But then you're like, well, can't get rid of the vehicle now. I just sunk another $2,000 into this vehicle, so I need to keep using it, and it keeps going. So, instead of having, like, if I go out and buy, like, let's say a $30,000 used panel van, because I don't want to buy a really old van that's got all these problems and rust if I'm going to put a lot of money and work into it. Whereas this one, I didn't care. I just wanted to use it for a few months, try to make as much money off it as possible through views and the AdSense money that I'd make, because I thought for sure that me doing those videos, I would make more money than just regular food reviews. And that's why I started combining everything together, because it's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy driving this into the States and and sleeping in parking lots and eating at restaurants that you guys want me to eat at. So I'm going to keep this van as long as I possibly can. And today's probably going to be another, I don't know, $500 to $750 day sunk into this vehicle. So again, I appreciate all the amazing support I'm getting. Like, anytime I dip into the States and do, you know, a 24-hour stealth camp somewhere, those videos generate a lot of revenue, and they're great, but they're super time consuming, and they burn me out really fast. So after I do that, because I try to shoot a video on the way out there, then a 24-hour stealth camp or whatever, and then usually 24-hour stealth camp, and then another video on the way home, and then I've got, like, you know, a week and a half to stay at home with Carol, eat normal food, be as healthy as I can, edit those 3 videos, and then go and do it again. So, like, even people like Carl, I remember one time I was stuck in a airport, and he does a lot of traveling like that, and he goes, "Yeah, not a lot of fun, is it?" And I'm like, I didn't really care that I was stuck in an airport for 6 extra hours, because I made content while I was there. But if you're not making content, you're stuck in an airport, I can imagine that being sucky. But this is the whole idea of packing everything up and then going, and then just it's hard to do. So I appreciate the people that appreciate me doing all this work for you guys so you can watch. Again, I'm really looking forward to this winter. I've got a bunch of amazing plans and ideas. When I did the winter stealth, the winter camp, solo camp thing, like, I've been dreaming about doing that specific thing for over 6 months. Like, as last year's winter ended, I was getting frustrated because there weren't any more storms, and doing storm videos in a stealth camper or in a solo van camping type situation, they get a lot of views. Like, let's look on YouTube and type in, like, winter camping, and if there's any type of storm involved, they get a lot of views. So I've got a few food ideas lined up, so that when a storm does come, I'm just gonna, like, throw everything in the van and just go. My only fear will be getting stuck somewhere, like overnight. You get so much snow that you can't get out of it. That would be my only fear. So I have to make sure I bring enough fuel for heat, food, and water, just in case I do get stuck for an extra 6 hours to 24 hours in heavy snow or ice. Because as long as I have food, water, heat, you're fine. You're basically in a mobile cabin and surviving the elements, and I think that is worth the video, and I definitely want to make a couple of those this winter. So last night I cooked up a flank steak, and we usually marinate our flank steak like 24 hours or more in, like, we have a recipe of, like, soy sauce, honey, salt, lots of salt, crushed garlic, and then you score the meat, you put it all into a gladdy bag, take all the air out, seal it up, and then flip it every 6 hours, and just make sure it's totally coated, and then you throw it on the barbecue, and it is such a great tasting meat. But soy sauce isn't that great for you, so this time, and oil. So this time Carol just did our extra virgin olive oil, salt, and then she just used garlic powder because she didn't have the time to cut up garlic. But so while she was shopping, I broiled it inside the oven, and it was great. I slightly undercooked it because I was afraid to overcook it. So I took the undercooked, the more rare than medium rare pieces. Carol can't stand that, so I gave her anything that was medium rare to medium. I gave all those pieces to Carol, and I think Ben even had a few pieces. So it wasn't a huge flank steak. Sometimes they're huge, but anyway. So we had that for dinner, and then we watched. Right now we're kind of watching The Office and Superstore at the same time. So we'll watch Superstore, and then so they're both on Netflix, and then I'll flip over to The Office, and I think The Office we're on season 6, late into season 6, and then Superstore, I think we're on season 3, and we're late into season 3 on that one. We're just rewatching them all because they're funny. They make us laugh. You need laughter. We try not to watch too many dramas or scary. I never watch scary movies at home. Carol doesn't like them, and they don't make me feel that great. I only watch them at Paul's house because Paul loves scary movies, and that's the only time I get my scary movie fix is when I'm hanging with Paul. But at home, we try to watch as many comedies as we can, so we laugh. Try like super happy movies, because who wants to be sad? Anyway, gotta go by. The battery's gonna die. Oh my gosh, it's got a big warning. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye.